Happy Sunday. I just wanted to jump into your course real quick and go through a couple of things that you will do this week. It's week 2. All right, so first thing you'll do is you make sure that you post your week 2 announcement. Hopefully you can post, I usually post mine on Sunday nights because I am a little bit anal about that, just making sure that they're up and ready for the Monday. But you can also post them on Monday mornings. So one thing that you can do, I'm in your course, so you can go in here, you can put your title, you can put your content, and then go to date restricted, and you can say display after. So a lot of mine go Monday at 6 a.m. Sorry. So you can see how you could do that, and then you press submit, and then you could come back in here sometime on Monday and actually send a copy of the announcement. You can't click this and click that. You'll watch. See, it won't let you send a copy of the announcement now if you do date restricted. So it's kind of a two-step process, but it's a nice way you could load up all of your announcements today if you wanted to. So that is something that I just did in all of my classes. And then when I go in on Sunday night or Monday, I just send them out. All right, tip number 1. Okay, that's what I wanted to share with you first. Okay, second, course tools. LU My Students. I think we talked about this last week a little bit. This is where you went to do your attendance, obviously. But having said that, once it loads. All right, so the wonderful thing about this dashboard is that it's telling you what's going on with the students. So right here we have Stephanie. Let's click into Stephanie. Why is it worried about Stephanie? So we're only in week 1, right? So as the weeks go on, it might say she's missing different things. So right now, it is worried about Stephanie, giving you that yellow mark because she has low activity in the course, meaning that the time that she's been in Blackboard has been very, very low. Historic performance, she's been in a discipline area. She has low GPA. She is retaking the course. Okay, so this is a great one to talk about. Okay, so you want to be on Stephanie quite a bit. Shooting her an email saying, hey, I know you've taken this class before. I just want to make sure we're all on the same page. Is there anything I can do to help you? Blah, blah, blah. All those kinds of things, especially for this initial course with the PhD. You definitely want to kind of keep track of her because she hasn't been in the course for 4 days. So that's what this is telling you right here. Look at all these other students. They're in every single day. And then you have Stephanie, who we already know has low performance, potentially, and she has not been in 4 days. All right. So this is telling you the same thing. It's an easy way to look at it. This is going to give you flags about students that might have trouble. All right, let's look at Kateria. Kateria. All right. Current CCP status for students. Okay, so look, poor grade. She's retaking as well. Low activity, so she probably failed, I'm guessing. Low GPA, course retake, high withdrawal rate, discipline area. Okay. So you can either write her in here if you'd like to write her a quick note. And see, this is thinking this is me, so that's really cool. It knows who we are. But it will come up with your name in there, Professor Dodd. You can either email the student or you can dismiss with reason. Okay, that's what gets these to go away. And in theory, your goal is to have none of these on there from week to week. All right, so one of the things that I'm going to give you a red flag about is that as this number goes up, there's a certain point that we all call an FN, meaning if they have 21 days without participation, then there are certain things that happen. We're not going to go into that this week. That will be week 3 because we won't have anybody even near 10 days. We'll have them right near 10 days that they don't participate at all. So we're not going to talk about that at all. But know that inactivity matters and is coming in terms of a conversation for next week. All right, so you know what to do with these early on people. You can write them, you can call them. I want to go in and check on Kateria because I see that she hasn't finished her CRC. So let's go check. This will be kind of a long video, but I think it'll be helpful. All right, so see how I did that? I went to Grade Center, Full Grading Center. I bet you. Yep. All right, so Kateria, who knows why it's going to make you manually grade this, but I'm going to do it for you. Just watch me. So we're in attempt. There you go. All right, everything looks good in here. She didn't answer anything wacky. All I have to do is press save and next or save and exit. I probably should have pressed that. And that will make sure that that grade is now accounted for. I don't know why the system does that. I think it might do it if they do it after Friday or something, but I can't tell you why. All right. Okay, so you're straight on that. Next thing that we want to talk about is how you're going to grade this week. All right, so you've already gone into the discussion board. You've talked to people. Now you are going to go in and grade. People grade differently. There are people that go to needs grading. And that says there are no attempts that need grading, so I guess they'll show up tomorrow once the deadline is hit. That is not how I grade. So you are allowed to grade however you'd like to, but I'm going to tell you the way that I think is the best way. Sometimes the needs grading will leave off something, and then there's an issue. I go to the Full Grade Center. Okay, so for example, I go into DB Forum 1. I clicked on that. I said grade user activity. Hopefully it's going to come up for us. All right, so then I see Emily's 2 replies and Emily's video. Okay, so I love that. Okay, so every week you are going to put feedback to learners right here. This does not have to be 18 paragraphs. It can be, or it could be 2 lines that say, great job on your video. I loved your replies. More information in the rubric. And you can come in here and then you grade with the rubric. It is my policy that anytime I give them anything less than the advanced box here, that I give a short 1 sentence or more explanation. So anytime you use any of these boxes, that's the way I do it, and I think it's a nice way for the students. If there's anything weird in here that doesn't really go with the video, like all of these things, the replies, there's grammar and spelling for those, all of this stuff should be correct. But if you ever find anything weird in the rubric, that's a great question for this meet. All right, so I think you're good for this. There is one other thing that I want to tell you about because I bet you this video is, yep, almost 8 minutes. Okay, I'm sorry about that. All right, I'm going to send you a link to what we call the FAR. I don't remember what the FAR stands for, but I could figure it out if I thought about it long enough. The FAR is the dashboard that explains how everyone is doing. Now, you're going to see everybody, but everybody's looking good today, so we're not going to stress about that. All right, you are Dr. Haddad. You are teaching 700. You have 14 people in your class. Okay, now I'm going to scroll up here. Don't worry about faculty card. That's something with pre-course. You've already done all your pre-course announcements. This is your announcement. Every Monday, it's going to say, hey, Dr. Haddad did not post her announcement before midnight Monday night. So that's why I always do it Sunday night or Monday morning. So you want to make sure that you get your announcement in every week. Verified rosters, we're going through that process right now. Last activity, this is your last activity. So here, let's go to me, okay? Okay, right here, I was in there on 124. You can see that it's 124 at 12:57. So 2 hours ago, I was in my class. All right, grading compliance. This means that you are within grading compliance for every assignment within your class. So it's that 7-day or 5-day, whatever the different assignments are, it's staying within that. If it goes yellow, it'll tell you that you're almost overdue, and it's just a nice little check. FN compliance is about inactivity for your students, and we can talk more about that. And final grades we'll use at the end of the semester to make sure all of your grades are in. You will only see yourself on here. You'll only see yourself in any classes you're teaching. But this is a great way to keep track of what I'm looking at. I go through in the mornings and I go like this, and I'm looking for yellow. And so like Crystal, for example, I know is out of town, and she was in there 2 days ago. So nobody is stressing about that. She'll get back there Monday morning, but it's giving me a yellow flag to say, hey, heads up, watch out for that person. So I'm looking for outliers here. So this is just a nice way for you to keep track of yourself. I will send you this link right now. All right. Thank you for dealing with my long video. And if you have any questions, let me know.